Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver, after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're rolling.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Gordon on 1st down. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter, and what a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 135 yards. Big game.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away at incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Chargers in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Flush to his right. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
On first down, Wilson. That'll be complete to Tyree Cleveland. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. Up the middle, it's Williams. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Now Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. On now the former Vol, Michael Pilardi. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected
He's got a man complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Up the middle with Eckler. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's brought down. Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on second and long. Wilson sets up the screen to Gordon. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On third down, here's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Good footwork at the 30. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Draymond Jones. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Third and long, it's Herbert. Forced out to his left. Herbert has it knocked free. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, Herbert going deep here for Allen. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Herbert now steps away. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Jake Ferguson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how it... They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Marcus Mariota, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Phillips now from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll get this to Hamler over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. At the Charger 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. To Gordon, out left. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is one of the dangers of letting your quarterback run the football. Now, look, he goes through ball security drills just like a running back does. But most of the time, the quarterback swings the ball away from his body. And in traffic, sometimes they forget to protect it.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They snap it to Herbert. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it is 42-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Broncos. Albert O, 38 yards. And the Broncos are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Eckler now between the tackles. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 91 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Herbert on 3rd down now. Being chased out left. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Wilson on first down. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Here's Wilson. Open man there is Cleveland. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. To throw again is Wilson. Throw caught by Cleveland. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 18. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 3rd down, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The kick by McManus is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out to this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They're going to pass here with Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Williams brings it in. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed Popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Chargers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.